Are you struggling to make money in discounting? Well, I have 5 pro tips which are going to see your profits skyrocket, and they're going to help you breeze through chapter 1 faster. By the end of this, you're going to know how to boost your car rating, how to increase your impulse buys, know which products have the highest profit margins, know how to lock in those brand deals early, and know which order to unlock the items to maximize your revenue and profits. And you want to make sure you stick around for tip number 4, because it is the most underrated trick that everyone sleeps on. I'm Harry from Power Plays. Now let's jump in. Now the first thing you want to do is lock in your brand deals. Your brand deals are in the top 5 highest profit making products. So you definitely want to get these secured as soon as possible, and you can unlock all 3 brand deals by Thursday in your first week if you act early. So let's see what the requirements are. You're going to start out with Aunt Teller telling you to speak to the 3 people, the fisher, Carl the farmer, and Barbara down at the docks in the harbour. First thing, head straight all the way to the right and you'll see the tree blocking the road, and that's going to start Carl's quest line. You're then going to head down to the harbour, speak to the fisher in the boat to the left, and that's going to start the fisher's quest line. You can see we just want to get all these running as soon as possible. The fisher's going to tell you that there's a monopoly on his catches, and you're going to need to negotiate with Barbara in order to get a piece of that action. Go speak to Barbara, and she's going to give you on a plate those fishy sticks. That will be your first brand deal unlocked. So make sure you get that done. Grab all the inventory so you can bang that straight in your storefront. You also want to speak to her about the monopoly that she has with the fisher, and what she will make you do is sell her Fishma sticks. They are an interesting blend of cinnamon and fish, so make sure you grab them, and she'll tell you to head to the hardware store in order to grab a booster. Now, if you're like me, you already would have bought a booster earlier on, but there's no harm in having 2. So let's grab it and head to the store in order to lay everything out. After that, you're going to go speak to Aunt Teller, who's going to tell you how to deal with Carl. Carl has 8 sheep missing. They're running riot on the town. There are 2 in the harbour. Pause it if you want to see where, and then there are 6 in the main town. Again, pause if you want to see. Once you've dealt with that, the next morning, your path to the farm is going to be unlocked. So head on up and go secure your second brand deal. We are Wednesday morning, and we have 2 brand deals locked in. So head back to your store and make sure that your Fishma sticks are right at the very front. That is going to be targeting all the impulse buys. Get 2 boosters on, and you're going to sell them out in no time. Once you've sold them, head over to Barbara, and she's not going to believe it herself that you've managed to sell through these. But once you have, and once you spoke to her about it, she'll tell you to go to the fisher, and that will be your 3rd and final brand deal. You're going to have locked them all in, and you're not even going to finish your first week. The second most important thing is understanding impulse buying. Now, every time a customer walks past a shelf, there is a chance for an impulse buy. So you want to buy as many shelves as possible and deck out your shop. Even if you're having multiple of the same product, it is still an increased chance for an impulse buy. I would rather that you had 2 of one product and 3 of the same product on a different shelf than just have 5 on the one shelf and an empty shelf. That doesn't help with your impulse buying. You want to put them in the highest traffic areas of your shop, which is going to be by the front and by the till. And if you really want to get that next level, stack them full of your highest profit margin products. And I've worked that all out for you. Of course I have. Number 1 is going to be the bony herring. 2 is the oats. 3rd is the ground beef. Then you've got the white bread, and finally you have the fish sticks. Now 3 of those are brand deals. That's why you need to lock in your brand deals as soon as possible. You then want to unlock the ground beef and the white bread as soon as you can. And this is going to maximize your profits, and you're going to be rolling in the cash, able to expand your store ASAP. You can see that toilet paper, shampoo, oven fries, lettuce and soda make up the rest of your products for chapter 1, but I would focus on those top 5, laying out your store to maximize impulse buys. Now, the ground beef on the white bread is something you're going to have to unlock. Now you can see there, shampoo, lettuce, and the chocolate bar make up the other three. And if you unlock that in that order, you're going to be able to sell your highest profit margin products as soon as possible. Put them in impulse buying spots, and you're going to be raking in the cash. One of the hardest challenges in chapter 1 is making enough money in order to expand your shop. But if you do it this way, you're going to be doing that no problem. Now, after this, the next biggest thing you can do is put out posters. Yes, I know, posters. If you head to the shop, to the printer, for 15 shills, you can print a poster. They take a while to print, 8 hours, so make sure you get them queued, and you can stack them up in there so they do not waste an inventory slot. As soon as you need to replace a poster, go to your printer. You should already have a load printed out and you'll be fine. You're going to need to replace them every week, so make sure you don't forget that. And as you can see, I've got 15% more customers. If those customers just buy 2 more products, maybe an impulse buy, it's more than paid for itself. Don't sleep on posters, trust me. Finally, handle your stockouts before they tank your customer happiness. Now, as you can see, there's a customer walking around, they can't find their fishy sticks. They're going to keep on walking around, getting more and more frustrated, and it's going to tank your car rating. So just head over to them, tell them that you're out of stock, and they'll move on, and it will not impact your happiness as much. Or you can do what I like to do, and that's make sure that I've got some products in my inventory whilst I'm working the shift. So as you can see here, the bony herring has gone out of stock. I'm able to pivot and put some oven chips in there straight away in order to make sure that no one's getting angry for my out of stocks. Now let me recap: sign your brand deals early, maximize your impulse buys, smash out those daily and weekly challenges so you can get more products, print the posters to get extra customers, and handle your stock outs quickly. And if you do all those 5 tips, you'll have chapter 1 just wrapped up in a few hours. Now, if you found this useful, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for more discounty tips and other management sim guides, and as always, let me know in the comments what you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the bus to Blomcast.